Today is Friday, it's the 8th of September 2023, and Anita's gone off to her gym class this morning, so I've come into Palma just to have a look around, and I'm going to be exploring history later on, so I'm in a good place. We've got the statue there of James I of Aragon, who conquered the island for Spain, or for Aragon. And so I'm going to find out a little bit about that, but that'll be later on. Actually in Plaza España, and you can probably hear all around me there's work going on. The work is all about the pavement here, which is in a pretty poor condition. So if I just turn the camera around, you can see that there's actually some quite nice slate down there, which is all going to get torn up, and some of it already has. And they've tried various methods of repairing this. We've got little concrete blocks there, or we've just got poured concrete. It's a mess. In some places it's just broken and dangerous. So over the next year or so, I know it's been going on for a year, we're going to have it as a construction site. And looks like they're working really quite hard at the moment. We've been here many times before and found virtually nothing going on. This side, work has been going at a pace. We've got fence within fence here, so I'm not sure what's going on. You see more dumps of concrete down here, and well, let's just keep our eye on that one. It does mean though that the Christmas fair, they will usually have a Christmas market here in Plaza España, and that's going to be moved to the park just across the road in by the station, intermodal station. So there's a huge park there, give them a lot more space. How it'll work, I'm not so sure. I mean, the people who have the stalls there normally are complaining about it. Well, I don't suppose they want to be a bookstall that works, but I guess therefore what it is, it's just that road crossing away from the old historic centre of Palma. So I guess that's what the situation is there. So well, we'll see. That'll be not until December. Actually, it could be quite early. I have read that the Christmas lights here in Palma are actually going to be turned on the Thursday before Black Friday. Now, whether they'll stay on after that or not, I don't know. But that seems very early to me, because that's very early. Well, again, when it happens, I'll let you all know. So I'm actually walking to San Miguel. Did want to go into the church. It's opposite there. It's got a lot of history. But unfortunately it's closed, so I can't go in there at the moment. There is like a museum area, and it looks to me as though they're putting up a new exhibition. So I'll have to leave that until a future occasion. I'm imagining I'm going to be coming in with Anita and Yvonne on a Mondays. No, can't be on a Mondays now. We're going to have to go on whatever day we come in. So this is San Miguel. It's a pedestrianised shopping area. The temperature up there says 20 degrees. I'm not sure I believe that. It feels quite a lot warmer. In fact, on our terrace this morning, already at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, it was over 20 degrees. I've caught the bus in today, and it's still free to us until the end of the year. And the government has suggested that they would like the free buses to continue, but there doesn't seem to be the money available, so we'll have to wait and see if that's going to happen. I think it would require some intervention from central government, as we don't really have a central government anymore. It's quite difficult. All the elections that we had in the summer have left the country a bit of I wouldn't say turmoil, that's probably too strong a word, but it's a little bit uncertain. just walking past the Cappuccino. It's a really nice place to stop off for a coffee, a little oasis here in the middle of Palma. So at the moment, Pedro Sanchez is still the Prime Minister, even though he didn't get the majority. And the PP, it's like a Conservative Party, who did get the majority, don't have enough seats to actually have an overall majority. So we're a little bit in limbo. It seems that the PP will join with a far right group called Vox, and hopefully form a stable government for a while. If that doesn't happen, then it's elections, and that could happen anytime, really, I suppose. It wouldn't happen before Christmas, though. Speaking to people, they seem to think it will be after, if there is one at all. Palma have made some the local elections, so we had general election and we had local elections. And there are way too many tiers of government here. So in Palma we have a town hall which governs the city, but there is also a conseil which governs the islands. And you have ministers who do the same sort of job. The town halls here seem to have a lot of power, so, and then you've got other bodies which have more power. So yeah, it's if it was all cleaned up a little bit, all weaned out, we wouldn't have so much expense. But that's how the government works here in Spain. The Palma government, as I was just going to say, has actually already come out with some things. One was about housing. You see from the buildings in front that all different heights. So one suggestion is that they all reach a similar sort of height, so some buildings could actually get higher. I'm not sure they would do it here. This is the historic centre, so I'm very doubtful that that would actually happen. Certainly on the outskirts that might. This is the Church of San Miguel. I will get to visit that again one day. Oh, we've got the bells ringing for us. Another suggestion is that some of these apartments that are up here are empty. Some in parts of the city are actually derelict, and some of them are huge. So the suggestion is that they get divided up into reasonable size apartments, 1- 2 bedroom apartments, and they get sold off but at 40% less than market value, or rented again at a suitable reduction in rental, just so that the people who want to live here can actually live here. That's a big problem. So we have come up with some suggestions. There have been complaints about them, but at least they are suggestions, and maybe if some of them are taken on board, it will ease some of the problems of housing. While we're in the way in the summer, one of the first things they said they were going to do was to do away with the 80km/h speed limit on the motorway. That's about 50 miles an hour. That hasn't happened yet. And for those of you who've been following me, yes, I did get a speeding fine. Not on the motorway, I'll assure you. I tend to be very careful there. Actually, just close to our village, just going out of our village, there's a road which is got a 50km/h speed limit. There's no houses at all on the road. There's a huge walkway completely separate from the road, and it's got a 50km/h or 30 mile an hour speed limit. and I must have been going a little bit above that. So, get a fine. Somebody asked me how much. Well, it was 100 euros reduced to 50. So bargain, I got a reduction. And so I think if you were Michael Gove in England, you'd be saying, oh, you've saved 50 euros. No, I've spent 50 euros. This is the market stalls in Plaza Mayor, and you see there's stairs that go down to what used to be a shopping centre, and below that car park. Keep reading that they're going to be doing something to the shopping centre, but I'm still not holding my breath. Lovely fans there. They're not expensive. There's fans for 7 euros. More fancy ones, 12 euros, 25 euros, but the street artists who can do these amazing pictures or caricatures. I wish I had that sort of a talent. Each to our own. The sign there said he could do it in 5 minutes. I couldn't do it in 5 years. From Plaza España, I'm just heading down San Miguel and heading towards the sea, towards the cathedral. Not intending to go into the cathedral today, but I will go in there again because it's just such a magnificent place, and on a day like today it's well worth it. So it's a horse-drawn carriage here. A little bit of concern about those, particularly during July and August when it gets so hot and the poor horses pulling the carriages along. And we have had cases where they've actually collapsed in the street. Well, the answer apparently is to go electric, and so some of these will start to see being replaced by electric curricles or carriages. And hopefully the horses will be allowed to roam in the meadows, graze under the trees in the sunshine. Is that all a dream? There's a more realistic temperature, 26 degrees, 26 degrees Celsius. Up it up. Although the sign said, oh no, that was the opening time till 2000 hours. Just getting close now to Plaza Court. Plaza Court is where we find the town hall of Palma. Magnificent building. It's just 11 o'clock in the morning. And just here to the right is the Hotel Cappuccino. many years this building was actually derelict, and they held up the front because of its historic interest. And then Cappuccino built an exclusive hotel, and the cafe in front, fairly exclusive, and with that goes expensive, I think. So, I suppose a monument, but a tree. It's not any ordinary tree, it's an olive tree, and probably the oldest olive tree on the island. I always see it as being somewhat fascinating in its shape. It's obviously been trimmed and cut, and it's continued to grow, and well, it could date back many hundreds, even thousands now of years. Amazing to think something like that could have been around for so long. There's Plaza Court, and we're going to have to get out of the sun. Town Hall, you can see all the flags up, as you tend to get with town halls. So we've got the flag for the Baleares, we've got the flag for Spain, and we've got the European Union flag flying there. And if you carry on that way, you'll come to the government offices, and if you continue, you'll get to the cathedral and the sea. I'm going to go into more of the old part of Palma now, and I'll catch up with you in another video a little bit later on. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you in our next video. Bye for now.